Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about F4 Thailand Boys Over Flowers. Now, many of you who have seen my multiple videos on Meteor Garden may be surprised that I watched this drama, but my friends Tiffany and Mia convinced me to watch this drama and we watched it at a watch party. So let's get into it. This drama is a 16-episode Thai drama starring Tu Thontawan and Bright Vachirawit. It also stars Du Jirawat and Win and also Nani Hiron Kit. So, if you know anything about Meteor Garden Boys Over Flowers, the plot is essentially they're at this high school. F4 are the sons of the richest men in the country, and they rule this high school. They have red cards, so they give out red cards and it allows anybody in the school to bully anybody that they like. And that's how they rule over the school. The male lead, played by Bright, is sort of the head of the F4 group. They're all individuals, but for the most part, they listen to pretty much anything that he says. And in this particular adaptation, at the beginning, he's the worst of the group. Now, all members of the group had their own issues. Bright's character in this version has mummy issues. His mum is incredibly emotionally unavailable. She is obsessed with business, and everything about her children, her family revolves around her business. And it's the reason why he's used red card in high school to exert power. He has to behave in a particular way, and this is just his way of kind of letting off steam, but also trying to impress his mother. Then you have the character that Du Jirawat plays, Ren, and he is a more calm spirit. He's part of F4 and, lets them do whatever they like, but doesn't really stand up to the abuse or anything, except when it comes to the female lead and him kind of wanting to, help her out as she becomes attacked. And then you have Win's character, Kevin, who's a player. You have Nani, who's the son of a mafia group, and he's honestly the chillest one in the group, honestly, and the one with the most sense, in my personal opinion. Bright's character Time and Goya, played by Tu Thontawan, they eventually fall in love. Well, essentially, he falls in love with her, and she tries to find a way to fall in love with him. Goya stands up to their bullying because they try and bully her friend. She stands up for her friend. They bully her. She stands up to them. And that's how Time, the male lead, falls in love with her. He's never had anybody stand up to him before, and it makes him completely obsessed with her. It takes him time to be able to actually not be toxic towards her. He's incredibly violent. His first thought is always, let me punch a wall. If you've seen any of the other versions, you just know his character's a mess. But I think his adaptation, I'm on episode 15 now. I could forgive him more easily, I guess. It took me time, but as I learned more about his character and his background, it became easier to forgive him for all the nonsense, because it's been a series of progression and regression with his character, because he's so broken, and she's the only thing that keeps him together. The one thing that's problematic is that, God forbid she dies or something, I dread to think what he would become, because she's the only reason why he's holding on to an ounce of sanity. And honestly, it's quite dangerous for anybody to be in that kind of situation. Obviously, this is just a drama and it's manufactured, but it also brings into conversation things that people have already been talking about online, which is the ethics of dramas like this, the ethics of showcasing this much toxicity in a romantic drama, and what that means about people who watch it. Now, personally speaking, I think you can enjoy it in a drama and separate it from real life. We know these behaviours in real life are not acceptable, and I personally, I wouldn't want anything to do with this character in real life, but in the show, it's about redemption and redeeming the worst of characters, because he's definitely the worst character, but he gets a redemption arc. And we see the same thing in so many like Zanzibar dramas and Chinese dramas. So these are the kind of shows that I like. I think I was more drawn to this version than the previous ones because I think they did the redemption arc a lot better. He's more likable here in spite of the messiness of his character, and his relationship with his friends is also just a lot more like fun to watch. And then the female lead, I would describe her as very, very strong. She goes through a lot and is willing to just withstand it because she knows something better is coming along the way. But I wouldn't say that she's smart. A lot of the time, in fact, multiple times, she gets duped by different people. And by the third or fourth time, you're kind of thinking like, by now you should know these people are lying to you. By now you should know these people do not have your best interests at heart. And yet she's still being duped. I think that's stupid. She's definitely a strong female lead, but I don't think she's very smart. Her best friend, on the other hand, I think is a lot smarter with her decision making. I love her best friend. Her best friend is super close to her and is always there for her, by her side. And it's really, really sweet. And then you also have like a bunch of second female leads who are obsessed with the male lead and go really crazy because of him. It's definitely giving like anime, right? Like the ladies become psychotic because they become obsessed with the male lead. But that's like resolved pretty quickly. And we also get to kind of explore the backgrounds of these people as well. Then there's also like an anti-F4 group in this adaptation. And it allows F4 to kind of realize that they have to face their past. Like even if they're trying to move forward because of Goya, they still have to face the past and like what happened. And that anti-F4 scene allows them to do that. And again, like everything in this version is so much better. I will admit there's a lot of Media Garden with Dylan Wang and Chen Yu that I've forgotten because it was my first C-drama. I hated it. But, you know, with the few things that I could remember, this is for me, I love this adaptation a lot more. It definitely has flaws, but I love it 10 times more. Right now, it's sitting at a rating of a 9, just out of episode 15. I don't think it will change. I think it's going to stay at a 9. But this is the discussion part of the video. Let's now enter into, like, the overall review part of the video. Now, one thing I didn't mention in my discussion, which I'll mention in the review portion of the video, is that her family is super, super sweet. They're super supportive, and they're a large part of the reason why she behaves the way that she does. Same thing with her best friend. Really supportive father, large part of the reason why he behaves the way that he does. So a lot of these characters are shaped by their upbringings, essentially. That is also a major part of the show. But overall, I do give this drama a rating of 9 out of 10. I obviously prefer it a lot more to Meteor Garden, which I gave a 4 out of 10. So I like this. I'll probably be watching certain episodes, but not the entire thing, because it is quite exhausting. Like, female is exhausted, I'm exhausted watching it, you know, like, I love it, but only certain episodes, because the whole thing together it's quite the journey, but it's good and it's well written. I like it. So I do recommend this drama. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Thanks so much for listening. Bye bye.